Hello students, welcome back to your next lesson. Last time we talked about adverbs of frequency and we are gonna continue talk about them today too. So yesterday I told you to fill in the gaps to do the worksheet. So let's do this together. So the first sentence, it says, you are late with always. Where do we put the word always? Where do we put the word always? Well, as all adverbs, they usually go with the verb. They go with the verb. So if we identify the verb in this sentence, then you will be able to put the word always. In this case, it is you are always late. You are always late. The second one is, she usually has breakfast in the kitchen. She usually has breakfast in the kitchen. The third one, they often go to the cinema on Saturdays. They often go to the cinema on Saturdays. They often go to the cinema on Saturdays. Number 4 is, Susan is never on time, or Susan never is on time. She's always late. It means that she's always late. Number 5, Helen sometimes goes to school by bus. Helen sometimes goes to school by bus. Number 5, we never stay at home on Saturday evening. Number 6, I'm sorry. Number 7, Paul often calls on weekends. Paul often calls on weekends. Number 8, she is usually waiting for me at the bus stop. She is usually waiting for me at the bus stop. at the bus stop. Number 9, Anne often has gone to the cafe without me. And number 10, the last one, Carl never eats lunch alone. Carl never eats lunch alone. So as you can see, we always put the adverb of frequency with the verb. So try to think, what do you do always? What do you do every day, every week, every month? Is it reading? Is it riding a bike? Is it going to the beach? Is it cooking? What do you do every day? What do you do always? Try to think. Think about, what do you do sometimes? What food do you drink sometimes? What drinks do you drink sometimes? What games do you play sometimes? Also try to think what you never do. What you never do. Do you travel somewhere? No. Do you do certain games? No. So what you never do. Think about what you never do. Now, before we move on, I want to also ask you to think about what activities you do every day. Not just daily routine, brush your teeth, wash my face, have breakfast, go to school. No, other things that you do every day, little things that you do every day. For example, every day I read a book. I love to read a book every day. I take a book, I go to my favorite coffee shop or cafe. This is pronounced cafe. It means a coffee shop. I like to go to my favorite coffee shop with a book, order a big cup of coffee, and sit for an hour or 2 hours and read. I also like to, every day, I like to eat fruit to be healthy. I love to eat fruit, like pineapple, watermelon, banana, grapes, strawberries. These are the fruits I usually eat. Oranges as well. I always eat every day. Sometimes one fruit, sometimes 2 fruits, sometimes another fruit, but I eat fruit every day. So I would like for you to think about fruit that you like to eat every day, or any other activities that you like to do every day that is not one of the get up, get dressed, take a shower, have breakfast, have lunch, go to school, go home, study, play with friends, go to sleep, put on the pajamas. So outside of that, what activities you do every day? Now let's make again a little story. First I will clean this. All right? So what can we write? What can we write to practice these adverbs of frequency? So we can start, I never have breakfast in the morning. I never have breakfast in the morning. What do you do or never do in the morning? What do you never do in the morning? Then I could say, I usually read a book after work. I usually read a book after work. I usually read a book after work. What else? What else? I eat fruit every day. Or properly, it would be I always eat fruit. I always eat fruit. What else? What else could we say? I normally drink a lot of water before sleep. I normally drink a lot of water before sleep because I don't like to wake up in the night and being thirsty. What else? I always dream. Oh, that's a nice sentence. I always dream. Do you always dream? Do you always remember your dreams? Last night I dreamt that I was on a boat and there was a river and they were filled with beautiful fish. What did you dream? Tell me. Try to tell me when we come back. So let's review one more time. When something is 0%, then it's never. It is never. When something is, here it says 20%, it's rarely. Rarely. It rarely happens. When it's 0 happens, 0%, it's I never go to Japan. Rarely, I rarely drink tea because I don't really like tea, but sometimes I have it, so I rarely drink tea. Sometimes 50%. Sometimes, when sometimes happens, well, here it says 40%. So sometimes I eat spaghetti. Not always, but sometimes. When something is 60%, it's often. I often go to Bangkok. I often go to the beach. Usually 80%. I usually have coffee in the morning. I usually have a steak for lunch. And always, all the time. I always get up at 7. I always go to work by bike. I always watch a movie in the evening. So, in your notebooks, please, I want you to write a sentence for each of these examples. Never, rarely, sometimes, often, usually, always. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sentences. I want you to write 6 sentences. All right, guys. So, we are done with the adverbs of frequency. I will see you again tomorrow. We are going to continue with our lesson, and we are going to talk about something different. Please have your worksheets ready and prepared, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.